Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Movie Couple Live. This is a show where we talk about the latest in movie news and pop culture. I'm Wendy.
I'm Dustin.
And hey, happy Saturday, guys. Welcome back. On today's show, we're talking about Ben Affleck's Batman probably will appear in Aquaman 2.
We're also going to be talking about upcoming panels for D23.
And Jamie Lee Curtis have been, confirmed to be in the live-action movie, Haunted Mansion. All this and more coming up on today's show, but first and foremost, how are all of you guys? Hope you guys are doing well.
Hopefully your weekend's off to an amazing start.
Yes.
That we're going to be having a nice Saturday here, for a nice weekend coming up. It's still going to be super hot here in California, but fortunately not as hot as some places.
It's actually today.
As you turn around and look out the window.
Oh, the sun came out.
Yeah, but yeah, it's been pretty cloudy here, so fortunately it's not quite as overwhelming, but it's still like, okay, a day inside is going to be nice.
Day inside is going to be nice, even if it is 90 plus. But like you said, better than in most places. I think in the UK, in some places, is pretty bad.
Even in Canada.
Yeah.
And it's like, because they had this. I was just about to say that there was a production that stopped filming because of the heat wave in Canada. It was Deadpool 3.
Well,
wasn't it
sad.
Deadpool? No, wait, no. That's not right. That's not right. Don't quote me on that. But Snowpiercer, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, MK,
for putting that in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's it's weird all over the place. But we do also have some new stuff up on our channel.
Yes,
we have the review for Vengeance. Since we got to go to the premiere 2 days ago, my whole week is just starting to kind of blend into each other since Comic-Con.
Earlier than that, because 2 days ago was 13 Lives for me.
Oh.
I got to go to the premiere for 13 Lives.
We have the review for Vengeance up on our channel, as well as one of our Comic-Con activations that I had a lot of fun at, which was the D&D Tavern activation. Mm-hmm. I have to admit, I had so much fun in that activation, and I'm really glad that out of all of them, that was the one we got to go to.
Yes. There was no running involved. There was some drinking involved. And some gelatinous cube activities involved. So, it was a lot of fun. Let's see, what is coming to the channel? We are going to be filming a reaction video for the trailer for Blonde, the Marilyn Monroe biopic, starring Ana de Armas. That will be filmed after this live stream, so it'll be up later this evening, as well as our review for Nope, Jordan Peele's Nope. We finally got to see it in IMAX. And then my review of 13 Lives, which is the retelling of the true story of the rescue mission that happened in northern Thailand in the caves, where 13 members of the wild boar soccer team, very young kids, plus their coach who was 25, were trapped inside the flooding cave, and it was an insane but successful mission to get them out.
And also, if you want to see a really good documentary on that, Wendy just watched one on Nat Geo.
Yes, it's on Disney Plus. If you have Disney Plus, it is by Nat Geo. It's excellent. So go ahead and give that. It's only it's under 2 hours, so it's a I wouldn't say it's an easy watch, because it's a bit nerve-wracking to watch. You're like, I know the result, but I still can't help to feel anxious as I'm watching this. And then just a tidbit on update on merch. We have couple designs that you guys have already seen. We have our OG logo that is just the movie couple, that is by Drew by Daylight, and then the Star Wars inspired logo designed by Ashley. That is all up on our TeePublic storefront, and there is, I'm telling you this because there is a sale from today until tomorrow. Everything is 35% off with the classic tees at $14, and stickers and all that too. So if you guys want to check that out, let me actually grab the link for you so you can.
It's still kind of weird that we have merch.
It is.
It's like,
weird.
How long have we been talking about having merch on merch up, having merch for sale, and now we've got T-shirts, we've got stickers, and hopefully sooner or later we will. I want to get a hat.
Yeah, maybe we do a hat or something. That'd be cute, like embroidered hat. And then Ashley, since Ashley, our designer, is in the chat as well. I think look forward to an email. There's another design that we have been brainstorming, so we will kick those ideas over to you. So we will talk behind the scenes. But you guys, before we move on to any of our topics, we would like to get to our super chat from Marvin Martin.
Thank you so much, Marvin.
Thank you, Martin. Martin writes, in my opinion, what is a TR? TR
Trailer
Netflix
reaction. No.
Nope. Do a TR Netflix show like the 2013 game in like 2013 game instead. Have Lara Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider.
We're catching up. Okay, let me reread this thing. In my opinion, does a Tomb Raider Netflix show like the 2013 game instead? Do a show like that instead. Have Lara struggle with fear, doubt, scary stuff, and etc. If you could do a Tomb Raider like adventure, what would it be?
Oh, well, you know, that's one of the big problems, that we had so much hope for the remake of Tomb Raider.
Yes.
And it just didn't quite stick that landing.
You're talking about the Alicia Vikander one?
Yes. There were a lot of shots.
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad, but it also didn't quite knock it out of the park as they were hoping. And as a matter of fact, that is one of the things that we did.
Oh, we have bots. Let me get them out. Sorry, guys.
One of the things that we did want to talk about today is the fact that the rights for Tomb Raider are now actually up for sale. Mm-hmm. They reverted back to from MGM back to Sony or Sony Gaming, and now they're like, hey, you know what? Who wants them? Yeah. And there's now a bidding war going on for them.
And you know, since we're on the topic, why don't we just jump forward and talk about that?
Okay.
A little bit.
I think that's an awesome idea.
Let me just take care of this real quick so we know what topic we are on. So there has been quite a few Tomb Raider movies out there. Everybody knows about the Angelina Jolie one.
Yep.
I think she did 2 or 3 of them.
She did 2 of them.
I really, really liked her version of it. The first one. The
first one was really good. To where I was like, whoa, this is awesome. I loved having Angelina Jolie in it because she fit that persona of Laura Croft so well. And I loved what she did with the character. I loved the action for the time that it came out on. And it was really fun.
It was really fun. And I think something about the second one didn't quite exactly capture the magic of the first one. But I think Angelina Jolie is going to be forever, I think, ingrained into our brains as the live action Lara Croft. That's not to say that Alicia Vikander did a bad job or whatever. I actually liked her portrayal of Lara Croft as well. But there's something I want a little bit more, and sometimes it makes me feel like, when we talk about this in video game movies, sometimes the adaptation, kind of like a book adaptation, maybe is played out better in a series versus a movie, because there's just so much of the game lore that the fans of the game want to see, but then you still have to cover and tell a good story. So how do you navigate that without cramming everything in under that 2-hour mark, or just a little bit above the 2-hour mark? So there is a bit of a bidding war because the rights are up. Let me just click on the article here.
I'm mistaken, MGM was supposed to have a Tomb Raider film or production in plans and in production around May of this year. Oh. But since that has passed, that means the rights resort back to, I think someone corrected me on who actually owns the rights. It's not Sony.
Okay.
Enix.
Okay.
Is actually the company that owns the rights. So now those rights are up for sale. What is it? The last Tomb Raider didn't do too bad. I think it made like $275 million.
That's not bad.
Well, but it's probably just it just didn't do as well as they had hoped.
Yeah, because she is a pretty iconic video game character.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you would think that that'd be able to carry the franchise a little bit further. But honestly, I actually like Marvin Martin's idea of what would happen if like Netflix got the rights and made a series out of it.
Yeah.
Where would you want to start? Would you want to try to start at the beginning, tell a little bit more of an origin story so it's a little bit more connected to like the way the games are
I don't want that.
Or do you dive into the middle of it? We kind of know her origin story.
Yes.
To where maybe what we could do, because going along with Marvin Martin's idea of showing her fear, her anxiety, but she's able to work through it and still be able to accomplish the adventure, so to speak.
Yeah.
Do we want to see kind of like flashbacks of her struggling with these fears, but in the now, she's calm, cool, collective, but it still shows that she has these anxieties, she has these fears, but she is now in control of it, but in the past she wasn't.
Yeah, I really do think a series would be a great place to land for Tomb Raider, but in this article specifically, they are talking about the bidding war for the rights for the movie. So I don't know how different that could be for TV and or streaming, because it's a little bit, I feel like it would be a little bit different. But I imagine this is something studios would definitely take a bid on.
Yeah.
I don't know if that means Sony gets to bid again and like try to keep the character, because MGM and Sony I think are, or is that Lionsgate? I'm trying to remember.
Which company bought? I know it's so hard sometimes to remember which company bought which company and now is a part of which group. So, but yeah, it's one of those things that it's an interesting task to tackle, because where exactly do you start? You've seen the success that Angelina Jolie had when they show how confident Lara Croft is.
Yes.
And but where we are right now is kind of telling the beginning story of Lara Croft. So do you go of where the fans are right now with the video games, or do you go to where Lara Croft had her biggest success?
I like to see both. I think she's not a one-side character, and I think some of these movies sometimes they portray her as like one-dimensional, and there's so much more to explore if you kind of like look at. I know it's not the same, but Nathan Drake, also a lot of layers, and the Uncharted movie was all right.
Yeah,
it was okay. I want to see if like obviously they're gonna have plans to continue, I'm guessing, because Tom Holland is attached to that, and so maybe if whoever studio buys it, give it a 3-movie treatment.
Yeah.
So you can add a little bit of the origin story in there if you want, but then you can move on to some of her later adventures or unique adventures outside of the game, so people stop comparing. I think that's one of the problems, is we as humans, we want to compare.
Oh yeah,
like the game had this and that's important to me because I enjoy this moment, which is great, and then when you don't see it replicated in the movie, then it's kind of like, oh, it didn't capture the source material of the movie, or they took too much license. So I really do think sometimes they need like a completely unique story, following the lore of the game, and the origin of the character, but write a new adventure.
Yeah.
That's what I think. So, with that, anything else to add for Tomb Raider?
It is a little interesting because I'm not quite sure exactly how like the law and the rights work with that, on whether or not if Netflix could be like, well, hey, we're not going to make a movie out of it, we're going to make a series out of it, so someone else could buy the movie franchise, the movie rights. But nowadays, those are so intertwined to where I don't think they would be able to sell and make a series of Tomb Raider and a different movie. Like, say, if Netflix got the series rights, and let's just say some other company got the movie rights, those coming out at the same time, I think it would lower the value of how much they could sell these rights for. So either you get both of them, or just one of them is sold.
Here's an interesting tidbit from the chat. I just lost it. Mr. Yasman 300. Good to see you here. Who writes, Amazon owns MGM now.
Oh,
that makes sense.
That's right.
Yeah, that makes sense. So why not Amazon Prime it?
Yeah.
Prime Video it.
But they already lost the rights to it. So
they'd have to buy back their own thing.
They would have to buy it back. Oh, how much of a...
That kind of sucks.
That would so suck.
That kind of sucks, because it has to be in production by May in order for them to retain the rights.
Yeah, and they recently just got... I remember talking about the acquisition of MGM.
Yeah.
And seeing how it just happened, I'm sure Amazon's going to be like, you know what? No. We're not doing this. We're not going to get it. Because... it's one of those things that it's stupid for us. I mean, it's like shooting yourself in the foot.
Oh my gosh.
Dropping the gun and then getting the gun back.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing.
That sucks.
And then having to buy it back.
We have another super chat from J Master. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, J Master.
Who also writes this. Amazon Studios bought MGM. What do you guys think about Disney buying the film rights to Tomb Raider if Disney ends up buying the movie rights? I can see them giving it to Fox to produce.
Yeah, that's probably... I don't think it would be underneath the Disney banner. I think it would be...
20th Century Studio?
It would be under 20th Century Studio. But also, I think right now,
this
Disney...
is so yellow. It's so bright.
Wow, yeah,
Like,
it really
in
does pop
person-
on the camera.
In person, it's really not that bright, and I look like I'm drinking out of a highlighter.
But I think right now Disney Disney's like, you know what? I think we're good. Unless it's
Yeah.
a Marvel unless we're able to get Spider-Man back, or it's a property that they know they can be like, hey, this fits into our wheelhouse very well. I don't think Disney's
so
probably like, you know what? I'm good. Let someone else have it, because
They're
also
very busy over
it
there.
hasn't really shown to be one of those hot commodities that you have to get, like Star Wars or Marvel or any
Which
of the,
they already have.
which they already have. Yeah.
Yeah. So, really interesting. I'm curious to see where this is going to unfold and where it's going to land. I imagine in the next week or so, we probably would hear movement about which studio bought it. If Sony's able to buy it, since it didn't belong to them, I can see Sony taking it. It's a Sony game, is it not?
Well, it's on
Square
Sony
Enix.
PlayStation.
Yeah, PlayStation. So I can see Sony buying it and wanting to do something with it, but we will see. All right, should we move on to the next topic?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's move on. You know what? Since we were talking about Disney, we can move into our D23 panels. Or,
I was going to do this movie and then go to D23.
I like that too.
All right, let's talk, since we're on the movie side of things, let's talk the live action Haunted. I don't know why I call it live action. It wouldn't be anything other than live action.
There has not been an animated
It's not it's a
Haunted
ride.
Mansion.
Yeah.
It's a ride,
Oh my gosh, I don't know why I said that, but Jamie Lee Curtis has joined the cast of Haunted Mansion. Now, Dustin and I are big Haunted Mansion fans.
The ride.
Of the ride, not the movie. Sorry. That is like a ride that's a must do if it is operating. When we go to Disneyland, I think Dustin's a little bit more of a fan than I am, even.
Oh, I love Haunted
Yeah,
Mansion.
but we do
one
love
of my
it.
favorite rides.
Yes.
I do have to admit, I went on the Haunted Mansion in Florida,
Yeah.
and I really like
They have that
one.
library with the
That-
staircases.
It's pretty much the exact same ride, except for the library scene.
Yeah.
And I really like that library scene. I thought that was so cool.
It's really cool, but I like our entrance better.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? You can just combine the parks.
Mm-hmm.
It's so fun. So this is an exclusive from One Take News, and it says Jamie Lee Curtis has joined the cast of Haunted Mansion. So she will be joining other cast members such as Rosario Dawson, Tiffany Haddish, Lakeith Stanfield, Owen Wilson, and Danny DeVito. And it may seem that sources are saying, this is not confirmed by Disney, but sources are saying that she will be playing Madame Leota, which totally makes sense to me.
Yeah. She
Because
kind
I
of.
can see her just having a ton of fun with that role, you know?
I really hope that they take this one a little bit more seriously than the
Mm-hmm.
first one. I mean, it's weird. A few years ago, I actually kind of sat down and sped through Haunted Mansion,
The Eddie Murphy
the
one?
Eddie Murphy
Uh-huh.
one. And if you take out all of the dumb slapstick comedy,
Yeah.
it's a pretty dark story. You know, about the I can't remember the main ghost who's trying to kidnap Eddie Murphy's wife because
Oh,
he lost
gosh.
his love. It is very like possessive. Like, what is that called?
Like
Not
ghost?
like exorcism kind of possession
Hmm.
kind of a storyline. And I was kind of like, okay, if you kind of take out the Eddie Murphy
Yeah.
goofy over the top comedy stuff, this was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just the fact that it left such a bad taste in my mouth, and it makes me really nervous about the remake. But I'm thinking that they've learned their lesson, and they're gonna go a little bit darker. They're gonna go a little bit more supernatural
Yes.
with it. So
We'll see.
we'll see.
Well, we have the synopsis here, so I think we've read it before, but let's go ahead and refresh our memory. And it says this: in this mysterious adventure, a doctor played by Rosario Dawson and her 9-year-old daughter played by Chase Dillon, looking to start a new move. I don't have my eyes on today, guys. Move into a strangely affordable mansion in New Orleans. I wonder why it's strangely affordable. Only to discover that the place is much more than they bargained for. Desperate for help, they contacted a priest, played by Owen Wilson, who in turn enlists the aid of a widowed scientist turned failed paranormal expert, played by Lakeith Stanfield, a French Quarter psychic, Tiffany Haddish, and a crotchety historian, played by Danny DeVito. That sounds like fun.
It sounds like fun.
It sounds like fun.
But honestly, looking into that, it sounds like it could.
Does it sound like it could be slapsticky?
It could be a little slapsticky. It does really. I mean, because you have a whole bunch of quirky characters. You have you have like, what is it? The mad scientist. You have Owen Wilson as the priest.
But he could be, well.
I mean, you kind of get Owen Wilson to play an Owen Wilson type character.
Right.
So I don't know. I mean, it just really could be the leftover, the bad aftertaste from the first one. I think that's what it is. I think because they still have to market it, make as a family-friendly movie. It is a park ride for all ages, so they can't go too dark with it. So they got to leave in a little bit of the funny. But I think we'll see. But I think they're going to be all right with this, I hope, because I do like the cast. Big fan of the cast. And I think who said it in the chat here in regards to Madame Leota. Aiden Rivera, thank you so much for subscribing. Thanks, Aiden. Wait, while you look for that, I'm noticing that your battery's low.
Yes, it's.
So I'm going to plug it in real quick.
Thank you so much. Let's see who said it. Was it Ashley? Was it MK? Oh, Mr. Yasmin 300 asks. I can't speak today, guys. Isn't Jennifer Tilly in the film? So I believe she was in the 2003 film. I haven't heard reports that she's going to be back. But if she is, you guys let me know in the chat. Just let me know in the chat.
Yeah, Jennifer Tilly was in the first. She was Madame Leota.
Right.
In the other one.
In the other one. But so I don't think she's coming back for this one because it's a whole new cast. Like that one, that movie doesn't exist in this one. So we will see. Let me see who is directing. Because it doesn't say it in the article.
Oh, and like who's actually... Because I think that's actually been announced a while ago.
Well, I hope so, because the movie comes out next year in March.
Yeah, so by now they definitely should have their director locked in, ready to go, because, yeah, March of 20... Wait.
It says Justin Simeon?
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, Justin Simeon. So that should be correct if Google is not wrong about this.
If correct. Google is correct.
If Google is correct. You never know. So with that, I mean, I am gonna, wait and see. I do like the addition of Jamie Lee Curtis and the rest of the cast, so I hope they do it well.
Yeah. And also, what are your guys' thoughts on this? Is this something that you're like, oh, good, I'm glad they're going to try to remake the movie? Because Haunted Mansion does have the potential to be a good, dark, fun movie.
Yes.
Because the history that's behind the actual Haunted Mansion ride, all the directions that they could go. Are you guys excited for this? Are you really nervous because of the bad taste with the Eddie Murphy movie? Go ahead and put your comments in the chat below, or if you're watching this on VOD, in the comment section. And also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Most of you that do watch this video are not subscribed to the channel, so give us a subscribe. Thank you so much for those who did just subscribe, like Aiden. And so just give us our thoughts. Give us your thoughts.
Give us your thoughts as we move on to some D23 talk. We know that that is the next big expo/convention that is coming up. So there's a lot to... Whoa, baby. What is happening here? Why does it look like that?
Because you still have the Haunted Mansion.
There we go. All right. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. Let's talk about D23 because I feel like Marvel definitely wowed us, in Hall H at Comic-Con. But coming up is D23. And D23 is... The way it's ran, it's organized. I keep praising it. I should probably stop. Because I keep taking your expectations and I'm putting it up here. And what if you don't have a good time? It's going to be because of me.
I'm a little nervous but I am really excited if we can get into D23.
Yes.
Because, like you said, it's my first D23. Wendy's been hyping it up. She's talking about parades that go down the center of the convention floor. And I'm like, they have parades?
I mean, it's little, but they do have, the streamers and the dancers and balloons. And I'm like, what is this right now? And at Comic-Con, you look at that convention floor. Not Comic-Con, at WonderCon, you're looking at the convention floor and you're thinking, how do they do this? No, they make space for it. There's, doors and everything. It's incredible how spaced out things are. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the panels that are coming up. They're starting with Friday, and it says inside look at the Society of Explorers and Adventurers, and what it means in the Disney parks and how these stories continues to grow. So the Society of Explorers and Adventurers, other known as the SEA or C, I guess, it's not like an actual existing society, but it is in the lore spread throughout the parks and the rides. For example, in Tokyo, when you go to the haunted Tower of Terror, the person who I guess like owns the hotel or the tower or whatever,
yeah, and he actually brought back one of the relics.
Yes, and they are a part of the SEA as well as some of the other ones as well. So that's going to be interesting, and that is at 10:30 a.m. First thing. Oh, well, I guess it's not the first thing, but it's one of the
one of the first
D23s,
panels.
yeah, they're saying that you don't want to miss this one. And it sounds really interesting. And there's books tied into the lore. So I think that's what they're going to talk about, which I think can give you kind of a refreshed perspective when you go ahead and ride these rides. Like,
yeah, exactly, because that's actually really cool that Disney does do this.
Mm-hmm.
It really makes if you know these stories, it gives you more immersion into these rides, into these stories, into the world that these rides and attractions live in. So that one sounds like a lot of fun.
Yes, it sure does. But the one that we really are looking forward to, I think it's the one that's on Sunday, right, Dustin?
Yes.
It's called the Boundless Future Disney Parks Experiences and Products. You guys know that we are Magic Key holders. I still want to say pass holders.
I know, it's kind of a habit.
It's kind of a habit, but we're trying to readjust to key holders, and that is going to be on the premiere stage. So that's going to be it's the big stage on Sunday, which is the last day of D23. And it says here, this is what the logline is for the panel. There we go, Disney Parks Experiences and Products Chairman Josh Diamaro, yes, will take to the halls of D23 stage for a Boundless Future Disney Parks and Experiences, Disney Parks Experiences and Products to share a look at new details of the highly anticipated projects in development around the world. The fan favorite presentation is sure to feature see it here first moments and special surprises. So I think that would be a lot of fun to go to, just to see what they're adding to not just Disneyland, but Disney World, Disneyland Paris, potentially Tokyo, Shanghai, and Hong Kong. So that's really interesting. This is actually one that I didn't get to see. I don't know what happened, because I think I only was there on Saturday and Friday and Saturday. I didn't go on Sunday, and I think that's what happened. But this time, if we're approved for press, we would definitely be trying to get into this panel for sure.
This is oh my gosh, because I've heard some rumors about what they might be talking about.
Yeah.
And one of them is, this is of course actually a rumor that's been going around for a few years, that Disney is sooner or later going to announce this, but it's a 100% rumor. Please quote me on that. 100% rumor that they're going to be talking about doing a complete makeover of Disneyland's Tomorrowland, and that they might be making some adjustments so that they can actually bring back one of the most requested shut down rides, the People Movers in Tomorrowland. I loved that ride so much.
I
missed it. I remember going on it when I was a kid, being able to go through Star Tours, go through Space Mountain, and I just want them to bring back the People Movers.
Yeah.
However, I do have my what is that called? Suspicions about it not being true, because the rebuilding of the People Movers is going to be a huge undertaking.
Where is it located now? Like the leftover track? It's above?
Well, the People Movers actually goes all over Tomorrowland.
Right.
There's tracks that go over Autopia, tracks that go over the water, over the submarine ride, but a lot of them do also go through a lot of the rides. So, and those apparently are the tracks that's okay, because when they moved it from the People Movers and they put in the race car, I can't remember what the ride was called because no one really liked it.
Yes.
But when they put in those rides, it damaged the tracks so bad that they had to shut down the ride. So to be able to rebuild that, to fix it, the only places where it's still structurally sound is when it's inside the buildings or inside of the attractions. in the dark areas. So there's not much of the track left. They have to rebuild all of that. They'd have to rip it all out, and it's going to be a huge undertaking. But fingers crossed. I still hope.
How do they do it and keep Tomorrowland functional?
I don't
running?
think. I think they would have to shut Tomorrowland down for a while. I think they would have to wait until the slowest time of year.
They would have to do it in sections.
Yeah.
They have to shut down this area so they can still, like, they can't close it off to the point where people can't access, at the very least, Space Mountain.
Yeah.
They can't, they definitely can't do that.
I guess there'd be a time that you'd have to shut down the front part to where you'd shut down Buzz Lightyear and Star Tours.
Yeah.
And then you have that front part being
Astro.
worked on. An Astro Orbiter.
Yeah, I was like,
oh, yeah, and the Astro Orbiter. And then, once it's safe, then you shut down the back part, open up the front part, and then you can have Space Mountain shut down for a little bit, and Autopia and the
Nemo ride.
And the Nemo ride.
Yeah.
But they just reopened the Nemo
I know,
ride.
I feel bad for the parents whose kids really love the Nemo ride. We don't really go on the Nemo ride. We've been on it before, and just maybe we'll check it out now that it's, refurbished,
yeah.
But we're not going to be able to go back anyways until August. And then I want to answer this question here. Mr. Yasman300 says, when is the Marvel panel? I want to know, so my friends and I might do a live react. So
that's definitely something that we want to do too.
That is going to be on a Saturday. This is going to be Marvel Studios and Lucasfilm, both of them on the same day, not at the same time, probably one after the other. So they're going to be showcasing theatrical and Disney Plus titles, behind the scene details of what's coming up. And that starts, the first one starts at 10. I don't know if it's Marvel or if it's going to be Lucasfilm, but it's definitely something to look forward to. So it is Saturday, 10 a.m. PT. And just to add, I don't know if these panels are live streamed to the public. I am not sure. I want to say I don't think so. I think
Probably
they keep it pretty secretive, like Hall H. But you can certainly look on social media, any of the big outlets will be reporting the news, and Twitter will be, my stomach just grumbled. Twitter will definitely be talking about it, with people live tweeting probably from inside the panel. So you can certainly still do a live react to it. And then
and real quick, D23 is going to be on September 9th, 10th, and 11th.
Yes, 3 days.
Because I had some people in the chat that were asking that.
Yes, 3 days. Okay, there was a couple of super chats that I would like to get to. The first one comes from Jay Master. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Jay.
Jay writes, Kevin Feige, I really should have put my eyes on, guys, for this. I'm going to lean in a little bit. Okay. Jay Master writes, Kevin Feige spoke with Marvel Entertainment official YouTube channel to tease even more Marvel movies and Disney Plus shows announcements at D23, adding to the 8 projects still missing in Phase 6. That is why we want to be at D23, to experience the announcements. Like, sure, you can read it off the internet and it's going to be fun and exciting, but Feige is kind of a showman. Like, when it comes to,
he does a really good job.
like, we saw him do it, in Hall H in 2019.
Yep.
We weren't able to witness it in person, but like, and he's not like, hey, look at me. Like, he does it in his own style, which is kind of very calm in his delivery. But when he says it, you're just like, oh my god, my mind is blown, I can't. And you're crying and screaming at the same time, which is what I think a lot of people are expecting out of the Marvel panel as well as the Lucasfilm panel. I don't know who they're going to get to moderate that, because if it's Kevin Feige doing Marvel, will it be Kathleen Kennedy, who kind of did it at Star Wars Celebration? Or will it be, and then she's going to bring out like Favreau and Filoni, or is it going to be somebody else, like probably an Ash Crossan, which I think, like, we're batting for Ashley, friend of the show, to I'm sure she's involved in one way or another as far as presenting goes.
I'm also really curious, though, on exactly how much they're going to reveal from Phase 6. I mean, if they reveal all of Phase 6 this year, that's going to leave nothing for them to announce next year. I mean, they've revealed a lot so
There's
far.
11 projects total, right? They gave us 3. So there's 8 more left. You think maybe they give us 4 and then leave 4 for another time?
Maybe. They might leave
Whet the appetite.
What's closer to the Avenger movies out. And give us a little bit more details on what's going on for Phase 5.
You know,
like we might get an Echo trailer. We might get something more from
instead
Daredevil.
of filling in all the spots.
I think they should.
Some of the spots.
Yeah, fill in some of the spots, leave some blanks, because I still think that. Well, they know it. They already know what's going to be. If they already know how Phase 6 is ending, they already know what's in between.
They definitely know what's up. They're just not letting us know. Thank you so much to Darren for subscribing.
Woo, thank you so much.
We're out of focus. There we go. Okay. And I also want to add, we were speculating a little while ago about some of the spots, all those empty, spaces that's not been filled in Phase 6, kind of like what Jay is saying here. When we speculated, we were talking X-Men. We were talking a lot of X-Men.
I think that's...
But the one thing we didn't say, where is Deadpool going to fit into all this? Where's Deadpool 3?
Mm-hmm. Where's Deadpool? Well, I guess I was going to say Logan, but yeah, because they have it now on Disney Plus. But yeah, where are they going to put in Deadpool? How are they going to introduce a lot more characters that are going to be in the Thunderbolts?
Yeah. Yes.
There's a lot of villains that need to be introduced. So I'm curious on exactly what we're going to get, how much of what we're going to get.
Disney Plus show, because not all of those are going to be theatrical projects. It's going to be, I think they do like 4 movies a year for Marvel at least, right? At the most. They do 4 movies, and the rest are Disney Plus shows.
Well, Phase 4, we're going to get Ant-Man and the Wasp. We're going to get the Marvels. We're going to get... I need that poster.
Okay, let me pull up my friend Adam Lavick's beautiful artwork on Twitter, because he recreated it.
Yeah, it looks really good.
I don't have time to pull it, but I think it's gorgeous. Let me find it. Sorry, y'all.
Okay, so yeah, we know... Oh, and it's going to be Captain America.
Yes.
A New World Order. And I think there was one more that I am missing. Put it in the chat if you guys know off the top of your head.
MK's probably like, I got you. But I'm not looking in the chat right now. Okay. So
in Phase 5, yeah, we're getting...
Here we go. Oh, that's not it.
Oh, that's just a part of it. The Marvels.
Okay.
Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy.
And Blade.
Wait,
no.
So, yeah. So that's...
Is Blade a show?
Ant-Man and the Wasp. No, it's not. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Guardians of the Galaxy, the Marvels, Blade, and Captain America, and Thunderbolts.
Oh, that's 6 movies.
6 movies.
What are we talking about? 4 movies. Are we sure?
6 movies in 1 year.
Are we sure they're all... Yeah, they're all
movies.
They're
all movies, because then Agatha, Daredevil, Ironheart, Loki, and Secret Invasion are all of the... Damn, those bots are going nuts today.
Oh, gosh. Sorry, y'all.
But what is it called? All of those are going to be the series. So I have not been this excited for a phase of Marvel in a while. Well, mainly because we just haven't gotten much the last couple of years because, COVID.
COVID sucks. All right. Then, oh boy, you guys going ham on the super chats. Jay, thank you so much. Thank you.
So let's start knocking out some of these super chats then.
So Jay, I hope we answered your question about well, he didn't really have a question. It was more of like a statement.
About what exactly they're going to fill in for Phase 6. I think they're going to give us maybe a little bit more for Phase 5 and not the complete fill out for Phase 6.
So they can leave some.
Leave some anticipation. For Phase 6.
I mean, Disney, if not anything, knows how to build a show and get the audience very excited, and we're just like hanging on to their every word. So I think, I don't think they're, even though they know the rest of the 8 projects, they may not give it all to us. They're gonna be like Untitled, or something like that. Which I think honestly, if they fill up just a couple of the empty spaces and give us a lot of like things to look at for the upcoming stuff, I'm gonna be really satisfied.
Yes,
that's what I really want. So let's go ahead and move on to our next super chat. This one is from Spider Chris.
Chris Mendez. How's it going, buddy?
Hi. Chris writes, if Luke did join with Vader in ESB and they defeated the Emperor, who would possibly stop this virtually unstoppable duel? Ooh.
Honestly, that is why I want a What If Star Wars series to explore all of these different connections.
Yes.
I would love for us to be able to see what if Luke joined Darth Vader on Bespin. What if Darth Vader survived the death of the Emperor? Like he was able to be revived, and he is now kind of like a
I like that.
trying to rejoin society as a fallen Jedi that's come back.
Yeah.
I would love to see all of these different twists and turns. What would have happened if instead of like say Qui-Gon dying, if it was actually Obi-Wan that died and Qui-Gon got to train Anakin?
Oh, in a what-if scenario.
In a what-if scenario.
I was about to get
There's so many
Obi-Wan.
of these stories that I would love to see played out that you would only get to see in a what-if series.
Do you think if maybe the fans start speaking about it and you kind of try to speak it into existence, there's stories to be told there. There's a lot of people who work at Lucasfilm because they work there. They are Star Wars fans. You all know we've all theorized all of this. So why not? Why not? It's not canon.
Everyone, start tweeting Kathleen Kennedy. What if Star Wars series? What if Star Wars? I guess we're kind of getting that with Star Wars, the Star Wars Visions.
Yeah.
Because we are getting a season 2 of Star Wars Visions,
Yes.
which I'm excited about.
Very, very excited about. So, but yeah, that's a great question. It would be really hard. They would be a formidable duel for sure.
So, and then of course, he would have turned to the dark side. And that's an interesting story too. What if you would have had Luke turn to the dark side with Vader, but in the other one, what if Vader turned back to the light side with Luke?
I would love that.
I think that would be so cool.
I want to see
and
that.
You can
now
see
I want
like Darth Vader put on like a new armor to like what would his suit look like if he did turn back to the Jedi?
Yeah.
So, that would be really, really fun to watch.
That would be really fun to watch. Ask for it, guys. Maybe we'll get it.
Start harassing Kathleen. Not little. Okay.
No.
Not meanly. Just fun.
Just
and
put it on the. Maybe you don't have to at her on social media. You can maybe at like Lucasfilm as a whole, or use the hashtag. Let's not harass people. All right, let's go to the next super chat. This one is from. Thank you so much to Jay.
Thank you so much,
Jay. Jay writes. Leaning in again because I don't have eyes. Do you guys think we will hear what's going on with Patty Jenkins' Star Wars Rogue Squadron from Lucasfilm or any Star Wars movies? Don't forget, Disney Plus Day is on September 8th into D23.
Oh.
I think one of the reasons why it was Star Wars Celebration, but I felt like we got so little movie announcements during Star Wars Celebration that I wonder if they're continuing to solidify stuff to work on it, because they didn't really talk about the Taika movie either.
Yeah, true.
So I really would like the Lucasfilm presentation to not just give us footage for maybe a sneak peek at What If, or at Andor, Ahsoka, Acolyte. I'm really I need a shot of Amanda Stenberg in whatever costume, outfit, concept art, or something like that. I am very curious about that show. I really want to see it. So I want more, because I feel like we got some of it. We got Skeleton Crew, that was really cool, but now I want, and we got some Bad Batch stuff, but I want bits and pieces. So I think they're going to be bringing hopefully some more stuff from those shows and show us some of that stuff. Even if it's a repeat from D23, even if they re-show it to us again plus more, I'd be fine with it, because you see it once and your brain can't really capture. You're like, oh my god, there's so much happening. And plus, that Clone Wars trailer that was released for everybody else versus the one we got to see in Hall H.
Yeah.
Not Hall H, but, the Star Celebration stage, completely different.
Well, and also remember, they're having a Lucasfilm panel. It's not just a Star Wars panel. When we did Indiana Jones, so we might get something more from that. We might get something more from Willow.
Oh, yeah, Willow.
So there's still a lot of fun things besides Star Wars that can come out of the Lucasfilm panel.
Absolutely.
And even maybe some properties that we don't even know about that Lucasfilm could be diving into.
Yeah, and I'm curious about this Disney Plus Day too, because that is September 8th, so that's like Jay says, it's leading right into D23, so what is the plan for that? It's very, very exciting. Mm-hmm. Very exciting. Okay, let's go ahead and...
We should still have one or two more super chats from Mr. Master.
Jay, there's two. Okay, this first one says, Deadline is reporting Marvel still have an untitled movie for February 17, 2024.
Oh.
Ooh.
Well, that's very possible. There are a lot of times that they will, just forget to mention something or forget to put it up on the board just so they do have something more to announce. And I would love that. I would more Marvel movies, happy to hear from it. Happy to have it happen.
Yeah, definitely.
But that would be before Quantumania.
2024, one more movie.
Oh, wait, in February. Oh no, February 17th, 2024 is Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. That it actually says right there, February 17th.
That's 2023, baby.
Whoops, I got my dates wrong. Oh no, actually, you want to go back because 2024 is in the middle of.
We're looking at Adam Malavic's art for
spring. So this would be winter. So it would be.
Before Captain America: New World Order.
And after,
maybe Daredevil the movie?
Maybe. Well, and that's the thing. We're getting a lot of Daredevil from between now and Daredevil Born Again. We're going to be getting an appearance in She-Hulk.
What if it's Deadpool?
It could be Deadpool.
What if it's Deadpool?
They could.
They're working on it, right?
They're working on it now. It's in production, and give it a little bit more than a year.
I'm psyching myself out. I'm like, why am I doing this to myself?
So it very well could be Deadpool because right now they're still working on it. They already have their lineup set up, and they could go, hey, you know what? Let's just slip Deadpool in right here.
Why not?
Because Deadpool's going to be off doing his own thing. Mm-hmm. I think it's going to be very interesting and difficult for when Marvel does try to squeeze in Deadpool, just because he is rated R and he does very much kind of live in his own universe to where he's able to break the fourth wall and everything.
Yeah.
So I'm curious. I'm curious on how they're going to fit it in there and if that February.
Yeah. Or maybe
slot.
it's too early for Deadpool and maybe they want to push that to Phase 6.
Oh yeah,
instead.
true.
Very,
very
we'll
true.
think on that. I mean, that's something that I think I wanna speculate a little bit more. And then this next super chat again from Jay. Thank you so
Jay.
much. But he says this, and I love that we actually talked about Haunted Mansion news because this has to do with Haunted Mansion. Jay says, breaking news from One Take News, which is the same outlet that got the exclusive on Jamie Lee Curtis being added to the cast of the Haunted Mansion movie. Jared Leto has reportedly, not confirmed, reportedly been cast as the Hatbox Ghost in the Haunted Mansion film.
He would be able to pull out a hat.
I feel he likes those kind of characters, like more theatrical, more like almost like borderline, not really a creature, but something that he gets to like really characterize. I feel like that's kind of really in his wheelhouse. I think him and Johnny Depp both like those kind of characters. So
I think Jared Leto really could fit that role. I don't know how big of a role it's going to be. I wonder if it's more of like a fun role for him because we've already got a lot of characters in this movie.
And they haven't even announced who's going to be, assuming that they put her in there. But the in the attic where is what's her name? Constance? Nope. What's her name? She's the one that like it's a portrait of all of her husbands and they've all been beheaded.
Oh, the bride.
The bride.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Who's playing the like? Is she going to be in the? I feel like it would make sense.
Yeah, we don't even know if it's going to revolve around her at all.
Yeah, we don't really know exactly. So that's what kind of makes me curious about this movie. Like which direction? Like I get the log line and how they came to reside inside this mansion, but like what is the story behind it? And whose mansion does it belong to? Is it her mansion and that's why all of her stuff is in the attic in the ride, or what? So let's see. Okay. Are we good with the super chat?
Yes, I think that was the last super chat. We are all caught up.
So let's go ahead and talk about this was supposed to be the first piece of news, and we made
we just went actually completely opposite.
Yeah, we went in the complete opposite direction, but it's all good. Let's talk about this. This is pretty exciting. Ben Affleck's Batman most likely to appear in Aquaman 2. Why? It's not really leaked from anything or anywhere.
It kind of was.
Sort of.
I love the way that this story kind of happened.
In the most unconventional way. It's not like somebody snuck into the production office and was like, haha, let me take a screenshot of this with my phone. It was actually Well, Jason Momoa kind of confirmed it on his Instagram, I guess, to maybe get ahead of it all. But
yeah, the fact that it was a studio tour.
A studio tour.
That just happened to see Ben Affleck and Jason Momoa hanging out together.
Yep.
And they're just like, oh my gosh. And then I'm pretty sure WB was like, okay, fine. I guess we'll like have Momoa officially bring it out, because I'm pretty sure Momoa would not have done this unless he had the okay to do so.
He's a professional, and it's his movie, so it makes sense for him to try to get ahead of it. But it says this: reunited in all caps on his Instagram. Bruce and Arthur, love you and miss you, Ben. WB Studio Tours just explored the backlog, all right. Busted on set, all great things coming. Aquaman 2, all my aloha, Jay. So yeah, he definitely, it was something, not to rag on one studio tour compared to the other, but Universal Studios is also an operating movie set. A lot of things filmed down there.
Yeah.
They're very good, Universal, about diverting through certain sets that you wouldn't know what is filming. Like, they have a whole route that is planned to, or they maybe put up those like privacy screens or tents or whatever, so you can't really see, because you can't stop people from like taking photos once they're on the studio tour. Like, that's a part of the experience. You're documenting, not for like paparazzi purposes, but for just like your own, because you're going there in the park as an attendee. But I felt like for WB, like, this is such a big thing that he's gonna be in the movie. We don't even know how many scenes he's in the movie, or if it's just a quick little cameo or whatever. But that would have been such a cool treat.
Maybe Jason,
for the fans.
Maybe Aquaman goes to Batman for help the way that Batman went to Aquaman for help in Justice League.
That'd be really funny.
And honestly, I love the fact that Ben Affleck's coming back. I liked his Batman. And it really just, with the way that, if you bring up that article again, Ben Affleck did make a statement about when he's coming back. He goes, okay, so this is what Ben Affleck said. I had a really Nadir? Maybe that's, I'm probably saying that wrong. Sorry, guys. I had a really nadir experience around Justice League for a lot of different reasons. Not blaming anybody. There's a lot of things that happened. But really what it was is that I wasn't happy. I didn't like being there. I didn't think it was interesting, and then some really essy things happened. Awful things happened. But that's when I was like, I'm not going to do that anymore.
I don't think he's really spoken out too much about his experience.
No, when he was on
Justice League, so I am kind of surprised that he's talked about it. But so that makes his return in this movie even a bigger thing. Like, he must have liked the script, or maybe Jason called him up and was like, "Hey man, I really love this," and he'd be like, "I do it for a buddy."
Yeah,
sort of a thing. We don't know.
And from what it seems like, it's like, if you work with Jason Momoa and you're on his good side, it's it's almost impossible not to be like, Momoa, I love you.
Everyone
loves Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, how do you not join this guy in another film?
Yes.
But it also really, what kind of came to my mind when I was reading this quote from Ben Affleck was the fact that I kind of got a saying that came to mind was, you don't quit your job, you quit your bosses. And now looking back on all the drama that happened with Justice League, and what WB did to Snyder, and then what happened with Joss Whedon, I can kind of see when you're going through that process, especially that Ben Affleck was going to write, star, and direct the Batman films.
Yes.
And he sees what happened and how the studio treated Zack Snyder. I can see Ben Affleck just going, you know what? I'm not going to put myself in this situation. I don't know what the people that I'd be working with do not have that good of a track record, from my experience.
And you know, that says a lot. Ben is more than just a working actor in Hollywood.
Yes.
He's done so much. He's been on sets. He's been on screen, off screen. He's done writing. He's done producing. I don't remember if he's done directing, but the man's done a lot. He's experienced a lot.
He, what is it called? Argo, right? I mean, he's an Academy Award winning.
For writing and for acting.
Yeah. Also for
Dogma.
Goodwill Hunting.
Dogma? What? No.
Goodwill Hunting for it was him
with
and Matt Damon.
Yes.
Yeah, that they got
why I said
for
Dogma.
Best Original Screenplay.
So that for him to have this kind of experience and for him to speak out on it, I think it's a lot. I look forward to his role in Aquaman, and this begs the question. A lot of you guys are saying this in the chat. Michael Keaton. We know Keaton is returning as Batman in the Flash movie. So I still hope the movie is coming out. I know that they're having a lot of issues with that. So because yeah, like Debbie says, are we in the multiverse in DC now too? I mean, kind of, yeah. You know, DC definitely have their own multiverse.
Yeah.
And the timeline stuff as well because of the Flash. So I mean, I'm not gonna be mad about having two Batmans.
No, me neither. Honestly, I would
love the Michael Keaton Batman.
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. Like probably my favorite Batman is Michael Keaton, and probably almost everybody's favorite Batman is Michael Keaton. But other Batmans, like Ben Affleck, like Robert Pattinson, are also great.
Yeah.
And like, if you're gonna play with the multiverse and you're gonna play with the Flashpoint, have all three.
I'm
cool.
excited to see a variation on Flashpoint Paradox. Mm-hmm. It's one of my favorite the DC animated films. I loved how they did that. I love the storyline. I love the grittiness that they have in a lot of the DC animated films. They are I'm just really excited to see it come to life.
Yes.
And the fact that we're going to get Michael Keaton in that movie, and then we're going to get Ben Affleck back in this one, and it just and now we actually do have 3 Batmans.
We do.
We have
in this current universe. We have Pattinson, we have Batfleck, and we have Michael Keaton. I was trying to come up with a bat thing, but
Bat Keaton.
Nah, it doesn't sound the same.
Nah, it doesn't quite
just
sound
Michael
the same.
Keaton. It's fine. He's a legend, anyways. So looking forward to all of that. I really wish it wasn't not leaked, but I wish it wasn't busted.
That would have been
the
cool.
Studio tour.
Honestly.
Like, why didn't they tell the actors you can't hang out here? We have tours coming through, or you don't divert the tour.
Or you're only allowed to. You have to be in your trailer. Get in your trailer.
Yeah, like they should just. Batten. Michael Keaton. Batten.
Oh.
Beaton. Beaton sounds weird. Batten.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Oh my god, sorry guys.
But
just
honestly,
reading things off the chat
I do have to
here.
admit, I think this would have been an amazing reveal in the movie. You're sitting in the theaters, and all of a sudden you see Ben Affleck as Batman or as Bruce. And that's the thing, we don't know if he's going to be Bruce Wayne. We don't know if he's going to be Batman. We don't know if he's going to have any action scenes.
All of the above.
All of the above. We want to see. And the dark.
I love Porky Chicken says the Dark Keaton Knight. Okay, that's bad. They said it, not me. They said it. It's in the chat.
I was like, you know what? That's another thing. I would love to see if they are doing kind of like the different Earths.
Yeah.
Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Ooh,
if that's what they're kind of building up to, is if we would ever see Christopher Nolan. Who's the actor?
What are you talking
that played
about?
Christopher Nolan and
Christian
Batman?
Bale?
Christian Bale.
Oh.
Thank you. My mouth. It was stuck on Christopher Nolan.
I was so
Christian
confused.
Bale.
I was like, Christopher Nolan did make those movies. Yes, he did.
But I'm wondering
actor.
if we would ever see Christian Bale back as a Batman variant.
Give me 4 Batmans in a movie. Let's go.
You can never have too many Batmans.
That would be really
And they
cool.
just start talking to each other in their different Bat voices.
Yeah.
So, but honestly, I would
she?
love to see that. I'm so happy to see Jason Momoa and Ben Affleck kind of do like their buddy cop thing.
Buddies. That's great. Everybody's BFFs with Jason Momoa. All right, guys. Well, that is essentially the end of our show. We had such a good time chatting with you guys. I actually pulled this photo and then I forgot to use it. There you go. That is the first time Arthur and Bruce met when he was asking for help. So we get to see this again, but in a different scenario because now they're friends. Now they fought things together.
It does look like very much like the beginning of a bromance in that picture where they're like their eye contact, they're looking into each other's eyes.
Can you really look away from that is Jason Momoa though?
Yeah.
You know, when you have that in your face, you're
Jason
like,
Momoa's just
magnetic.
ultimate manliness. Of his,
oozing. Yeah. My man.
I love that too. What is it? It was Henry Cavill who was talking about Gal Gadot being pregnant on the set
I think it was on the Graham Norton show.
Yeah. And he does an impression of Jason Momoa going, yeah, she's pregnant. And you're just like, he did such an nailed that impression.
Yeah.
And all this love, there's so many things that I do love about the Justice League Schneider version. And I'm excited that they're exploring a little bit more of that path. They're exploring new paths. They're exploring completely different paths. That DC and Warner Brothers is starting to be like, hey, you know what? Let's just start going on down these different paths for our characters and see which one works.
Yeah, absolutely.
That gives us more movies.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, that is the end for today's live stream. I was going to do a Navi special appearance, but she left.
Oh, Navi, come here. She's right here.
So, update on Navi. She's doing much better. The bump that's on her lower jaw area is significantly smaller. It hasn't completely gone away, but it's significantly smaller. And where she was bleeding near her tail, it's starting to heal as well. So, we're continuing medicine for her and ointment for her. And she's doing okay. She's back on at the vet on Monday. Her favorite place to be. I'm being sarcastic, so we leave you guys with Navi. And Stardew is asking, Dustin, can we see you on Twitch?
I've been trying to get back on Twitch.
It's been busy.
It's just been busy, and then since the job that I work is pretty much 90% outside, since it's been so hot, when I am done, when I'm coming home, I'm done. I'm like, if I did try to live stream, I'd be like, hi everyone.
He's over it, yeah.
I would not be very fun to watch. I wouldn't be nearly as animated. And then we're trying to pump out more and more content.
Trying to do stuff, trying to do.
But yes, honestly, I want to try to get back going on Twitch. But a part of me also is like, you know what? Maybe I should just start live streaming on YouTube more, because I like using YouTube. I like using the Movie Couple channel.
You're free to use this channel. You have all the access. So feel free to use it whenever you'd like. And with that, you guys, I think we're going to leave you. Oh, we should probably talk about the things that saved our butt during Comic-Con. You guys, I'm so proud. I was talking about this yesterday with John Roca on our show. We didn't buy a single drink or snack or meal at San Diego Comic-Con at all. We packed enough snacks that was able to sustain us. We actually went to enough parties where we were actually fed at said parties. So like that, cool. which is like, that's not never a guarantee, because you just don't know. But we were really lucky, and that's just how it worked out. But these really saved our butts because it wasn't overly hot. The temperature was pretty mild in San Diego. It was like the highest it got was 75. So we were super worried.
Well, we were walking around. I think I got on multiple days over like 16,000 steps.
16,000 steps.
We were all over the place.
And these are the ones that we took with us. These are the newest ones, and so these are still hydration multipliers, but they have energy to it. And the other flavor that they had is the citrus green or whatever. It's got like matcha and ginger, citrus ginger, I think is in it. This one I really like. It's more citrusy. Yeah. It's yuzu pineapple. And it's not too sweet. It's kind of mild, and it does give you that burst of energy, but you don't get the shakes. Like when I have coffee,
yeah, you kind of get
shake and I have the anxiety.
And you do have a really hard crash.
Yes, and with this, I don't. So we definitely got very, very lucky that these arrived just in time for Comic-Con. And then yesterday, 2 more of our pouches arrived yesterday. This is Guava, one of our new faves. And then we're trying a new one. This is Golden Cherry, which is a little bit more tart, but really, really good. So if you're into something that's not super sweet, try the Golden Cherry. It's
Golden
actually
Cherry is really good, yeah.
summer.
Just tried it first time today.
And then the code, if you go onto the Liquid IV website, you can just enter the code, The Movie Couple, and that'll give you 25% off plus shipping, free shipping. So stay hydrated, my friends. We love you guys so much.
Oh, and Black Loki. How's it going? Congratulations on finishing the bar exam.
Oh my gosh.
He just finished, so give Black Loki a round of applause.
Congratulations. Wow.
Oh, on his Instagram, he's been posting it to where it has been. I mean, Dude,
the bars... get some sleep, celebrate, enjoy life. That is a huge hurdle you just jumped over.
What I am incredibly surprised about is that you have to wait until October to get the results. Which I'm like, what?
Like it's hard to grade? Mm-hmm. I don't know how bar exams work. But I'm like... Why can't I find out now?
I got away with not having to take the SATs.
How dare you?
I went from high school to junior college, so I didn't have to take the SATs. And then I went into a 4-year university, and I was like, I didn't have to do it. So I am the worst tester in the world.
Salty.
But Black Loki, congratulations, dude. I can't wait to hear how you did.
Yes, keep us posted, please. All right, guys, we love you. We're going to go get some food, film more content, and we will see you on Wednesday with more
news.
More live streams. All right, love you guys. See you then.